It's Verteezy with the No More Black Tears podcast.
Yo, it's Mr. DJ Rose. We back at it again. Verteezy, how you feeling?
Feeling great, man. We got that Jack Daniels on deck. We got that Uncle Nearest 1884. And we got that Red Stripe. What about you, Rose?
Oh, I'm feeling good, man. I love to hear it, man. I love to hear you feeling good too. We go jump right into it, man. What a rundown look like this week?
So we got two topics we're going to talk about this week, y'all. We got our Tears, No Tears segment. We got your favorite segment, What's Wrong with These Hoes? So, let's get into it. This week in sports. What do you want to talk about this week in sports, Rose?
Oh man, shoot. We got to talk about these NFL players getting suspended for betting, like our homeboy Calvin really did.
You mean that whole ass nigga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Our whole boy.
The whole po boy, gotcha.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about just like he did. Yeah, let's talk about that. So Verteezy, and go ahead and break it down for the people.
So there was 5 NFL players who was caught betting on NFL games. Well, 2 of them was caught betting on mobile parlay bets, and the headline read Jameson Williams and 4 players get suspended. So Jameson Williams and another player got suspended 6 games because they was mobile betting on the premises.
Yeah, on the practice team, on the training facilities and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but the other 3 players who got suspended indefinitely, like Calvin really did, like last year, they was actually caught betting on NFL games, and 2 of those players was fringe NFL players for the Lions, and as soon as they got suspended, the Lions was like, "See ya." They got cut.
Clip.
So that's pretty much the synopsis on that. Any thoughts on that, Rose?
Yeah, I got lots of thoughts on it because it's crazy. Because how in the world y'all make it there and you make it to the final spot? That's where you want to be, and then you want to do something stupid like betting, and like they're not gonna find out. Like you just ain't watching the news last year when Calvin Ridley got caught for betting, and when Calvin Ridley got caught betting, it was pretty much he got caught for betting, but it was pretty much nothing on some parlays and stuff like that. But Calvin Ridley, it's way more bigger and known than y'all are. So what makes y'all think if he got caught, y'all wasn't gonna get caught? This is insane. And then, like, I know they teach all this in the rookie symposium. They probably have stuff all in the locker room, all in the showers,
said,
everywhere.
When you walk in every NFL locker room, there's a big sign that says "No betting on games."
Yeah, so why would you do that? Because you was probably eating for your family, so you don't mess up your career, and you probably mess up your family's
livelihood.
Yeah, because they was probably eating off of you. Because we don't know who most of those forward players are. We looked them up, but they weren't no superstars. And Jameson Williams, he's not a superstar either, but he was a superstar in college. So he's on the rise, but now he's got to sit out another 6 games. Maybe he could use that time to get his knee a little bit better to make an impact for the Detroit Lions. But it's just stupid and dumb, and like, why risk your life or for dumb decisions? We talk about this all the time. People talk about it all the time. Don't give your wife away. Don't give your life away for a 10-second decision or 10-second thought or whatever it is, man. Verteezy.
Yeah, I'm with you, Rose, man. Like, I think for the average American, like, if you're in a situation where you're just working a regular 9 to 5 and you're mediocre or whatever, you make a mistake, it just affects you. But once you start getting to a point in your life where your family, and I don't mean your immediate family, like let's get that clear. No, your family, like your cousins, your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your brothers, your sisters, you got extended family who depend on you because you are doing something special where you are lifting your family out of poverty. Every decision you make has to be that of a CEO. You have to think to yourself, if I get caught doing this, is it worth the downside of all the BS that comes with it? Because I'm not working at a factory where I'm making $25 an hour. Like at $25 an hour, you are not significantly changing the livelihood of everyone around you. But at 250,000 a year, 500,000 a year, you are changing your mom's life, your dad's life, your grandparents' life, your brothers, your sisters. Like you are able to send people to college. They probably can't afford to go to college. You are able to buy your mom a house. You are able to help pay people bills. People in your family that are literally starving. They're eating off of you. So when you make decisions like that, you gotta be more mindful. Now, as far as Jameson Williams, I hate to see it, man, because he was such a great player in college, like a wonderful receiver. I actually thought, and it's ironic because the two receivers, the two main vote getters for rookie of the year was Chris Olive, which Rose, didn't you have him in fantasy?
Yeah, I did.
And you won one of fantasy leagues, by the way.
Yeah. Back to back.
And Garrett Wilson, who was just consistently putting in work.
I had him too.
Oh, you had him too? Okay, cool. That's probably why you won. But both of them was great rookies. But I don't know if Rose remember, we was talking about the rookies. When the receivers came up, one of my favorite rookies was James Williams, but he was injured though.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you have the talent to be better than those two guys, but you missed the whole year because of your knee. You finna miss another 6 games because of bullshit.
Well, he missed the whole year. He did play a couple games. He got a couple touchdowns last year.
Yeah, but my bad. You missed most of the last season because of your knee.
Yeah.
And you finna miss another 6 games because of BS. Man, come on now, man. This NFL thing, it's not like the NBA. That train comes and it goes.
Yeah, either you own it or you getting left.
And let me tell you, in a year, you will be with another team, and they will not hesitate to cut you. Baker Mayfield was the number 1 draft pick, and now that man looking like that dude Franklin from Snowfall. You got anything else to say about this, Rose?
No, I don't, man. I think they were dumb, and I hope other players look at it and learn. Like, I know betting is now like, betting was always there, but now it's so easy to bet, especially in certain states, and now it's so popular. It's trending. Like, people will do anything for a trend, and I just think that's stupid.
Especially when you got more of a bag to lose than you're probably going to gain. So moving on from the NFL to the NBA, man, you got any thoughts about the playoffs this week so far?
Yeah, I think I'm on track for most of my picks still. Philly, they done swept the Nets.
Yep.
You know your boy Kawhi, it's hurt again. He crying on the sideline, talking about my knee hurt.
Unfortunately.
So you know the Clippers aren't going to win another game because of that.
Yeah, they can't win without him.
They don't have Paul George, so. And if the Suns let them win another game,
That says more about them.
Yeah, exactly. Because they just need to go in and bury them boys. And it's a close game. They're playing right now, actually, and it's still a close game. I know the Clippers was up by like 4 after the first quarter. And then we got Golden State and the Kings, which turned out to be a better matchup than we thought. And the Kings are looking good. And the two guys one of the guys that you named.
Talking about, did it though?
Yeah.
I think everyone thought this was going to be a good matchup in the playoffs. Everybody was just going with the upset though.
Yeah, but and everybody wanted to see the Kings play. They didn't think it was going to be a good matchup. Everybody thought the first 3 teams in the West was going to
advance. And yeah, I agree with that. Everybody thought the Kings was just there to lose. Mm-hmm. They was the best offensive team this year, so yeah, they had that going for them.
With the coach of the year, shout out Mike Brown.
But you was about to say one of the guys
one of the guys that you said was going to be a breakout player, he's balling. And one of the guys I said that was going to be a breakout player is balling too.
And they both play for who?
The Kings.
So that's probably why they got a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, so they're doing good. And the 2 players we're talking about is De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. So So
Mister, you stepped on my chest.
yeah, he got stomped out like he was in Menace to Society. He said, "What you said about my sister? Better watch your mouth, fool."
Like he was in an Atlanta video. A-Town Stomp.
Stomp. Exactly. And then shoot what the other teams? The Lakers, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They should have won game two.
Are they? Are they?
Yeah, they stole the game. They got home court advantage now.
What happened game 2 though?
Anthony Davis happened game 2.
Okay, I'm gonna let you get into that.
Anthony Davis didn't show up. He didn't show up. I don't watch a lot of Lakers games because first of all, it's stressful. Second of all, it comes on late. So this game came on at 7, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I actually even took the wifey to the bar to watch it, and then got disappointed. I was watching it at home. I said, oh yeah,
Shout out to Limelight.
yeah. I'm like, man. But they're doing this. They stole the game, so they got home court advantage now. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. Because I had them in 6, so they can still win in 6.
They on track for that.
Who else we got? We got Denver and we got Minnesota. Minnesota look like they don't even deserve to be there.
Man, that last game was something.
Yeah, so they looking like they don't even deserve to be there. I thought they was gonna at least pull out something, but they don't even deserve to be on the floor with Denver. And then we got Boston and Atlanta. Atlanta came through last night, it's A-Town. They came through with the win. I'm not sure if we gonna win anymore, but they came through last night. They did their job. That's what I'm talking about. Trae Young stepped up. You know what I'm saying? We got the W. Then we had the New York Knickerbockers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. That game, that series is looking good too. So we still on track for the 7 games on that if they go that far. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna get into all of them. I'm gonna let Vertiza get into some of them, but it's looking pretty promising. I mean, the playoffs they're doing their justice. They're doing what they're supposed to do. It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember all my predictions. I will say, the Knicks and Cavs series is that's just a key example of what the NBA is. You can have a more talented team, but youth sometimes and people who don't know how to win will be the downfall. And the Knicks have been to the playoffs once in the last 2 years. They have a lot of veterans on their team. Jalen Brunson was just in the playoffs last year. The Western Conference Finals were more Pacific. Julius Randle's been in the playoffs a couple times, and they have other players. And then you got the Cavs, who, outside of Donovan Mitchell, that whole team is very new to this. So they should have won. They should win this series easily, but that experience does pay out. The Kings Warriors series, that series has been what we thought it was going to be. It's been a very good series. The first 2 games in Sacktown was close. The Warriors could have won either game. They did win game 3 handily, but it was still close at times. Steph Curry balled out. And Draymond, the NBA, you cannot suspend a player in the playoffs, especially for what happened with Sabonis. If you grab my foot,
I'm going to react.
I'm going to react. I'm going to say, get off of me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Draymond did. I would have been okay with that suspension if y'all would have suspended Sabonis too. But you can't let Sabonis play when he's the reason why Draymond even did what he did. I know Draymond kicked people in the nuts, and
he got history, but
he looked like a motherfucker who credit score is 345.
But I'm not gonna say they should have suspended Sabonis too. It would have been fair if they both would have got thrown out that game.
Okay, I definitely agree with that. But yeah, man, you can't allow people just be grabbing people. Because look what happened not this past game, but the game before in Philly when you got Nick Claxton from the Nets trying to get James Harden to react.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't have these fringe players who mean nothing to their team trying to get the stars of other players kicked out, aka looking at his boy over there from Memphis, Dylan Brooks, talking about LeBron, you 40. Man, at the end of the day, we know what you're doing, Dylan. And I salute you, dog. Because if you get kicked out for the game and you can get LeBron kicked out the same game, That's a win for Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Because the truth be told, they don't want you on the court when they playing offense. Because you ain't doing shit offensively.
Not lately, yeah.
But if LeBron don't play for the Lakers,
It's over.
It's over. So, hey, what you're doing is correct. Get LeBron riled up. Hopefully he react. But let me keep it real with you, Dylan. You playing a game that LeBron been playing for 20 years. He had players like, let me tell you, if a man, that's another man blowing his ear, and he doesn't swing, there ain't nothing you can do, bro.
But you talking about a man let another man blow in his ear, but we talking about Dylan Brooks. It was as a man and like putting his manhood in other men.
Oh yeah, we already know about Dylan Brooks off the court. I'm just saying, if LeBron allows Lance Stevenson to blow his ear, there's nothing you can say that's gonna rile him up. If he lets Draymond Green call him the B word, you not gonna rile this man up. Like I saw LeBron James when he played for the Cavs, the Wizards brought out Soldier Boy, and was playing the crank that to rile LeBron up, and it didn't work. So you not finna rile this man up. But I salute you for trying though, man. That series looks pretty good. I hope it goes 6 or 7 games. I hope Ja returns because I like to see, even if it's my team, I like to see teams at full strength because when I watch the NBA playoffs, I watch it to see the stars be the stars. So, Ja, please come back. We want to watch you play. I know, Rose, you brought up the Hawks earlier. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was in the car with Rose earlier this week. And Rose gonna tell you, man, I told him straight up, them boys finna get swept.
Yeah, that's why they look, but they pull it out though. They put it out.
But Trey, you looked amazing. Jonte Murray, you looked amazing. Y'all gotta do it again in Atlanta, and y'all gotta do something in Boston, bro. I can't just keep going to Boston and get your ass whooped now.
Yeah, but if they take the day today after the game they had yesterday, they need to, because since everybody friends in the NBA now, so they need to take them to
Magic City.
They need to take them somewhere.
Blue Flame.
They need to take them somewhere.
Cheesecake Factory. Shout out to my boy C's.
You know what I'm saying? Allure. They need to take them somewhere.
Take them somewhere. Hey, do what Lawrence Taylor used to do back in the day. They say Lawrence Taylor used to send prostitutes to the other team hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of them in Atlanta.
Because I know the girls in Atlanta is looking way better than the girls in Boston.
If you really want to mess them up, send some trans to the Boston hotel to someone like.
But Dylan Brooks don't play for Boston.
Yeah, but you can send it to Jason Tatum. He light skinned though.
Oh yeah, he looked like a dummy that fall for that.
And then afterwards,
and he went to Duke.
Afterwards, after he get done doing what he do, have him be like, "I'm a man." The man gonna be so fucked up he ain't gonna know what to do the next couple games.
Mm-hmm.
The Denver series, I ain't gonna lie, man. All that I want to say about that series is I knew it was gonna be a sweep, but last game when I saw that Karl-Anthony Towns had like 25, Anthony Edwards had I think 36, Rudy Gobert had 18 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Your 3 best players all balled out, and you still lost by like 10. I said to myself,
it was Bubba Murray though.
Yeah, and I saw Murray playing well. I saw Michael Porter Jr. playing well, and of course, the white boy Joker had his little triple double. I'm not gonna lie, man.
They look good.
We might have disrespected the Nuggets, bro.
They look good now.
They might if Murray keeps playing like this and Michael Porter looks like what we thought he was gonna look.
My back, my neck, my neck and my back.
Because one thing I would say about Joker, we know Joker good for 20, 10, and like 5. So if they keep looking like this, I ain't gonna lie, bro. They probably gonna go to the finals, man. Because they the only team in the playoffs that has looked like their regular season selves. So I give them that. I give them that. But I will say this: the last 2 things I want to mention is injuries. Embiid, bro, you cannot play all these regular season games to get the MVP.
And that's what you play for.
And then start missing playoff games because you hurt.
Yeah, you got to get the MVP, get your check, and then sit down because you ain't getting the chip.
You need to go in the back of the locker room have a conversation with Mr. Needle, and you need to step on that court, boy. And as far as injuries,
only way the Sixers are going to make it to the NBA Finals is James Harden cuts his beard.
and last thing about injuries,
you know that ain't happening. So
Kawhi, bro, you gotta stop, man.
Kawhi,
you gotta stop. Like, man, come on, bro.
Kawhi.
You did all that stuff to go to the Clippers.
Kawhi.
You had Paul George leave OKC, and he was happy at OKC.
With his boy Russ. Russ back, yeah. He's back with Russ.
He is back with Russ now. But come on now, like, bro, Kawhi. You already missing Paul George, and now you talking about you had the mysterious knee injury? Come on, dog, bro. See, this is the reason why motherfuckers can't get behind your ass, Kawhi. Because you out here missing games in the playoffs, and we don't know if you really hurt or not. And especially you someone like me, see, Rose don't give a fuck. I care because I thought y'all had a chance to win this series. You making me see you want to make yourself look bad, that's okay. But now you making me look bad, Kawhi.
Yeah. So yeah, they done, man. They cook fish, man. That grease is hot.
Man, I'm tired of talking about these soft NBA players. Let's go to the NFL, where Jalen Hurts signed a $255 million contract, $180 million guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. What do you got? Like 110 at signing?
110 at signing.
Just imagine 110 in your bank account when you sign a piece of paper. Amen.
I'm calling all
Bless
the boys.
That man. Bless that man.
I'm paying for plane tickets. We're going straight to Vegas.
Bless that man.
What you guys say about that, Rose?
Hey man, I'm happy for him, man. Only thing I don't like about it is that he played for Alabama. But other than that, I'm happy for him, man. It's good. He did it the right way. He said the right things, and he got what he deserved. I'm just hoping that his team stays together. The coach calls the right plays. General manager makes the right moves, and they're able to continue to win. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to win the Super Bowl right now, but if they can go, if we get another rematch like it was last year, I'm happy with that. I ain't got no complaints about it because it was a great game. He played amazing. It's just a better team and quarterback won.
Black on black, baby.
So, but I would love to see another rematch of that, and I'm just hoping that he continue to get better. I don't know how much better he can get because he's already awesome, but it's always room for improvement. For y'all young folks out there, there's always room for improvement. If you're not improving, you're losing. So, Vertizi, what you got on it?
Man, Jalen Hurts, I've been a fan of his since college. When I saw the role he took when Tua took the job, I supported Tua, and then he went to Oklahoma and he balled out and he showed people. There was a lot of people saying, "Oh, he can't throw the ball because Alabama didn't let him throw the ball." He went to Oklahoma and he threw the thing out of that rock. He got drafted in the NFL, and there was some people that were saying, "Man, he doesn't have the accuracy and arm talent." His first season, he wasn't that good throwing the ball. He spent the offseason with some quarterback gurus. He changed the way he threw the ball, and he was amazing this season. Also, like me and Rose talked about a couple episodes ago, the Philadelphia Eagles believed in that man, and what did they do? They got him a number one target in A.J. Brown. So you got to get these quarterbacks somebody to throw to.
Unless you're throwing rocks in the water.
And then, on top of that, man, he got a black female agent, man. Like, bro, that's love.
Yeah.
Like, you got a sister representing you, you giving her opportunity, and you showing that it's possible for people that don't look like the normal people that do these jobs to do it not just well, but do it at the top of the game. Like, this is going to open doors for other women, especially black women, who want to possibly pursue this role. It's going to open the door for them to pursue it because people are going to look at her and be like, you know what? Look at the success she had. Maybe I need to go with a black female agent. And to all the athletes out there,
Tasha Mack,
let's keep it 100. Y'all need to start signing with people that look like y'all.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to say about this is this. Man, Lamar, I hope you get this same contract. I hope you blow out the water, man.
Yeah,
Because
he deserves it.
if Jalen Hurts is worth 255 and 180 million guaranteed, man, you worth at least 300 million, man.
Facts.
Because you got a league MVP, and 4 out of 5 seasons you done took the Ravens to the playoffs. So you worth every dollar. So
big facts.
In the words of Wale from the song "Sue Me," I'm rooting for everyone that's black.
Yeah, big facts.
So sticking with the NFL, my favorite time of the year has came. The NFL draft.
It ain't came yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. It's around the corner. It's going to be next Thursday. The NFL draft. And the reason why I love the NFL draft so much, Rose, is even when your team sucked, like our team did last year, the Atlanta Falcons, by the way.
You got something to look forward to.
You got hope. And what's that scholarship we got at Georgia? The Hope Scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
So for all those teams that feel like my team was trash, you might draft somebody like a Nick Bosa and be in the Super Bowl next year. You might draft someone like Trevor Lawrence and win a playoff game. So, speaking of that, do you have any thoughts on the NFL draft or order of how the picks might go? And who do you want Atlanta to take?
So I'm gonna give you my first 5 NFL draft picks, and I'm gonna let you know who I want Atlanta to take and who they probably might take if he's still there. So first of all, we got the Carolina Panthers. I believe they probably go take Bryce Young. Then we got Houston. They need a quarterback too, so of course they go take CJ Stroud. You can swap either one of those, but I think CJ Stroud's gonna be the better quarterback in the NFL between those two. But Bryce Young has the more, I guess, swag, and he has the more hardware to prove that he's, I guess, a better college player, but I won't think he's a better NFL quarterback. Then I believe that Arizona probably go trade down. I don't know how far they go trade, but I'm just gonna say they go trade one spot. And I think that the Colts are going to take the Great White Hope, Will Levis of this year's draft. Then Arizona probably go take the Georgia boy Nolan Smith. Then I got Jalen Carter going to the Seahawks. And if the Falcons don't pick quarterback Richardson at number 8, I hope that Will Anderson from Alabama falls to them because we need some linebackers. So that's what I'm rolling with, man. That's my take and my takes. Verteezy, what you got with it?
So the Panthers traded for the number 1 pick. You don't trade everything they trade if you're not gonna get a quarterback. They're gonna take Bryce Young because that's the safe pick, to be honest. At the end of the day, Bryce Young has had the best collegiate career out of all these players that's going to get drafted from the quarterback position. Now, if you're asking me who I think has a quarterback typical prototype body, who looks like an NFL quarterback, and who I think would play like an NFL quarterback, I think it's CJ Stroud. But now it's going to be Bryce Young just because I think the Panthers are going to be too afraid, especially with the report of him brushing off the minicamp, to take CJ Stroud. And if I'm CJ Stroud, I don't want to go to Carolina. And if I'm a Falcons fan, I don't want CJ Stroud to go to Carolina. I want that injury-prone Bryce Young to go to Carolina.
Yeah, I rather have Bryce Young in Carolina to face him twice a year than CJ Stroud too.
Because I saw what CJ did against NFL quality players in the college football playoffs.
But both of those are good, nice cities though. Charlotte, Houston. Hey, I like both those cities. I got brothers in both those cities.
Now, shout out to MGH. I think the Houston Texans is going to take CJ Stroud. And if they do that, MGH, please, keep my plane ticket warm because I will want to come to Houston a couple times a year to see him play live. So that's who I think the Texans are going to take because they need a quarterback too. And those are the 2 best quarterbacks. Like it's 1A, 1B. Those are 2 quarterbacks they need to be taking 1 and 2. After that, Will Anderson, I think he's probably the best defensive player in the draft. So he's probably going to, well, you can argue one of the player, but I'll get to him in a second. But he's probably the best defense player in the draft. He's going to go to the Cardinals because they need help defensively. They got who they think their quarterback is. The Colts, I feel like they're going to do this because they're hungry for a quarterback. Me and Rose was talking earlier about the Falcons taking this player, and I don't want the Falcons to take this player because I think he's too much of a project because of how bad he played at Florida last year.
But we need him project because Ritter, he's the man. You know what I'm saying? That they like his command in the huddle. They like his leadership skills. You know what I'm saying? He led not Kansas, but Cincinnati to the college football playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
They need to get rid of.
He played 4 games last year and they averaged 100 yards passing a game. You know what I'm saying?
Man, side note, man, Ritter's so goddamn sorry, bruh. For those who don't know, man, Bertizzi, I play Prize Picks for money. Maybe next season, we'll do a weekly episode where we just talk about who you should put money on. I bet that Ritter would get 125 yards, 125 passing yards in the game. This motherfucker got 110.
Yeah, I bet he didn't get it.
Come on, man. Come on now. I don't even talk about Ritter, but I'm disgusted. This man cost me $500.
No, this man cost us doggone 4 draft picks higher. So I bet they won that game too, probably. Meaningless games.
So the Colts,
I digress.
They're gonna take Anthony Richardson, like I said, because he had a great combine, and like I said, size-wise, athleticism, he looks like a current NFL quarterback. That's who I think they're going to take. And lastly, who I think, because I saw him play last year, and he was on the best defense that I saw last year in college football. I'm pretty sure Rose agrees. Jalen Carter is going to go to the Seahawks. And
that's what I said too.
And he was I don't watch college football like that, but when I saw him play, he was a monster down low, terrorizing offensive linemen. If for some reason he falls to Atlanta, I will be so happy. But that's not going to happen, though. Now, to the players who I would like to see Atlanta draft, Robinson from Texas, he was the best running back last year, in my opinion. We do need a star running back.
It's too high for a running back.
We got good running backs, but he's the best running back on the board. Witherspoon, the cornerback from Illinois, he was a top 2 corner. You could always use more corners on your team, and we're trying to build that defense up at the moment. So I think he will be helpful. Just because of the fact we took Drake London last year, and we have Kyle Pitts. I did like this player, Smith Najee from Ohio State. I think he's the best receiver in the draft. If we was to get him and pair him with the offensive weapons we have, and hopefully trade for Lamar Jackson, I think that we would have a great offense.
That would be lovely.
And lastly, I actually saw him play more than I saw Witherspoon play, so I don't know where he's kind of ranked. I think he's like maybe ranked as a top 15 player, but I saw him play more, so I know how good he is. Christian Gonzalez, the corner from Oregon, from the games I saw, he was like a top lockdown corner. And like I said earlier, you can never have enough corners, man. Like, that's how the Legion of Boom was created. So, right now, Atlanta, from what we've been seeing, they've been signing, defensive free agents, trading for defensive players. They're trying to build that defense up. I think the team's going to be decent defensively. Yeah. But
we ain't going to score no points, though.
They got to get what?
Points. We ain't going to score no points.
And to get points, you got to have what?
A quarterback.
So, at the end of the day, that's what Atlanta got to do, in my opinion. But I'm looking forward to the NFL draft next Thursday. Hopefully, I get to watch it with Rose, and we're going to be sipping on something smooth.
Yeah, probably some Uncle Nearest, you know what I'm saying? Shout out.
Eating some wings and stuff like that. So, moving on to the last prediction, We're gonna go to tonight. Me and Rose, we're gonna watch a boxing fight. You know, Javante Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Any predictions on the fight, Rose?
Yeah, I think the fight's gonna go 8 rounds, and Garcia's gonna probably win either by unanimous decision. But I know it's going 8 rounds. I'm giving 8+ rounds is going. I don't think that Tank is going to be able to touch him. But I'm looking forward to it. I seen Tank fight before. I've never seen Garcia fight before until last year. I didn't even realize that he was a real boxer. I just thought he was a guy on Instagram that liked to just train for boxing.
He is a pretty boy.
Yeah, so I didn't even know he was a boxer. So I really not, I knew he was a boxer, but like a professional boxer. So, but just because of the size, man, that's what I'm leaning to. Because usually the size matters. So, and then he said that he usually walks around at 154. And what's the catch weight at this fight? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think 147, 148.
And they got the 10 weight clause. You can't gain
Yeah,
more than 10
that is a
pounds.
big thing. They put Davis can't put that in the clause
Mhm.
where Garcia can't just gain weight, after the weigh-in.
Yeah. So, but from what Garcia is saying, he don't weigh as much as they thought he weighed. So if that's true, that means he's just a naturally a leaner, bigger person, and reach, and it's called boxing for a reason. So reach and size matters. Like Mike Tyson got away with a lot of stuff, but he was a bigger guy than Tank is. So it's like he was shorter than a lot of people, but Mike Tyson was
And
just a different
stronger.
person. Yeah, he's a different person. So I'm going Garcia and um over 8.5 rounds. Ortiz, who you got?
Man, first of all, we got winners and losers. The biggest winners, if you love boxing,
Their
the
bank
boxing
account.
fans.
No, that's their bank account. That's the biggest winner.
Well, that's a winner too, but I can't speak for Rose's a big MMA guy. I'll speak for myself as a boxing fan. We don't get the fights we want to see in boxing all the time because of promoters. This is a rare occasion we get to see two amazing fighters in their prime still go toe to toe. And I'm with Rose. I think it's gonna be Garcia. I think he's gonna end in 8 or 9 rounds. I think he's a better defensive fighter. I think they both are equally strong. But there is a low key thing that a lot of people haven't talked about that I do give Garcia. I think that reach is going to play a big factor because with him already being a better defensive fighter and Davis not being the greatest defensive fighter, if you've seen his fights, I do think that reach will play a factor, and I think it's going to be a KO
You
in
think he'll
eight or
knock him
nine
out?
rounds.
Okay.
But
That would be nice to see a knockout. We ain't seen a knockout in a long time.
yeah, now you don't. Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to that right there. So can't wait to go to the bar tonight to have a couple of drinks, maybe eat some wings.
What bar we going to?
Cliffisms.
Okay. South Augusta,
Yeah,
shout out.
shout out to South Augusta Cliffism. By the way, they have happy hour on Fridays, man.
Monday through Friday.
My bad, Monday through Friday, 5 to 8 o'clock. So make sure if you're in the Augusta area, make sure you come there. So on to our most popular segment, Tears No Tears.
Dynamite. TNT. Boom.
We got Magic Johnson, Josh Harris. They are a team, an ownership team that has won the bid for the Commanders, the Washington Commanders. Um, Everybody should know who Magic Johnson is. Josh Harris, he's a major investor. He's worth 6 to 7 billion. And there's some other people part of the team, but the two co-head owners are Magic Johnson and Josh Harris. What are your thoughts, tears and no tears, about Magic Johnson being one of the head spears of an ownership team winning the bid for the Washington Commanders?
I think it's good for because we keep talking about we need to have some black owners in the NFL. So hopefully everything goes through terrifically and it can get done. I don't know how much Magic Johnson has in stake or what's his role going to be, but he's a smart man. He does good business. So I'm very happy for the league, and I'm happy for him and his family, and I'm happy for everybody else. I mean, root for everybody that's black. So very easy. Cheers, no tears.
Man, I got tears because I'm happy, man. I'm happy to potentially see more black ownership, and probably one of the first, and probably the first black owner in the NFL. Magic Johnson. If you're a black person, Magic Johnson makes you proud to be black, just because he took sports and he started owning so many small businesses, from movie theaters to restaurants, to he owned the LA Sparks at one point in time. I think he owned part of the soccer team, the LA Dodgers, and now he's moving on to the NFL. Magic Johnson, if you was to ask me straight up, I don't think he watches all these sports. But I think as a black man, he understands how important it is for ownership. And I wish more black men like Tyler Perry, um, the other guy that was bidding for BET, and then Oprah as a black woman, and some of these more billionaires. I wish they felt like, you know what? Even if I don't watch this sport, it's important for us to have representation in the ownership position, and we need to do it. So, yeah, I got tears for that. Um, Moving on to more black stuff in the community. Recently, a young man by the age of 16, Ralph Y'all, pulled up in a driveway and knocked on the door to pick up his younger siblings, and was shot twice in the head by a man named Andrew Lester, an 85-year-old man. Um, by the way, Ralph Y'all is home. He has recovered. He's doing well. Do you have any thoughts on this, Rose? Tears or no tears?
Yeah, I got tears because it's just crazy. Because it wasn't just him. It's been just weak. It's like people just shoot people just for knocking on doors or opening the wrong door. So man, I got tears, man. We go dive. I think dive in a little bit deeper in it. When we get C's back on it. But man, I got tears because it's crazy. Because the guy was 85 years old. Like, dog, you're 85 years old. What you doing with your guns out like that? Like, come on, man. Man, I got tears.
Yeah, like Rose said, we're gonna dive more into it. I got tears. Um, I think it's crazy. And this just shows how racism is still in our community. And shout out to Andrew Lester, the leader of the KKK. He died. So this young man is still alive, and we got one of the leaders on the most racist groups ever to pass away too in the same week. So, tears for that. Um, I was on social media this week, and I saw that Martin Lawrence was presented a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I thought Mark Lawrence wasn't a superstar.
I thought the same thing in the words of Joe Budden. So tears, no tears.
Martin. Yeah, man, I got tears, man. He did his thing, tears of joy, man. He did his thing, man. I'm proud of him, man. It's about time, and it should have been happening. He's one of the greatest comedians of our lifetime, before and after. Um, Cheers, man. Vertizi. Cheers,
Yeah,
no tears.
I got tears too, man. He's a top 5, top 10 comedian of all time, and definitely everything he's done in terms of presenting black people in a positive light in his movies, TV show, and presenting black people opportunities. Steve Harvey had a great speech about Martin Lawrence. Please look that up because he talked about the opportunities he gave black people behind the scenes in Hollywood, just not on the camera. So please look that up, and that's what we need to do more as a community, give opportunities to one another. Speaking of opportunities, man, um, Rose, tell the audience about this show that you sent me a clip of about this woman that keeps giving these opportunities to different men.
Okay, so the show is on TLC, and it's called Seeking Brother Husband. So this lady has a husband, a living boyfriend that lives there too, and now not only that, she done got a new boyfriend that used to be her ex, and now he's back in the scene too. And it's like crazy because people are really like I don't understand like these dudes, these like how are y'all okay with this? Like it's one woman, but it's three of y'all. Before it was three of y'all, it was two of y'all, and y'all lived in the same home. And the husband is cool with all of this. I just don't understand. Like, and then she goes on dates and she dates other people. She just living her best life, and they're just bringing in checks and supporting her whole life. I'm like, so man, man, it's crazy, man. The Simps got the game messed up, but I ain't mad at you, man. Just don't just stay in your lane, man. But I ain't mad at you. Just stay in your lane. Word teaser, how you feeling on tears or no tears?
Man, when I say simp ass shit, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Like this is what I'm talking about. I got tears because man, y'all niggas making the game a little bad, man. That's all I gotta say. Y'all niggas making the game a little bad. Speaking of simp ass shit, Rose, what's wrong with these hoes?
Man, I don't know, man. Cause some of them got things right, and some of them got a lot of things wrong, man. Man, let's talk about them, man. What's wrong with them?
Man, Rose sent me a survey the other day, which I already knew this, so I didn't need no survey to tell me this. It just confirmed my suspicions. Over 33% of women admitted on an anonymous survey that they go on dates just to get free food.
Broke hoes? That's what we talking about? I mean, sorry about that. So, huh? Free food?
Rose, what's wrong with these hoes?
Come on, man. It's a lot wrong with it. It's a lot of beautiful women, black women, Oriental women, Hispanic women that work hard out here in these streets, man. But there's a lot of hoes that but it's more hoes that make y'all look bad. Like I was just riding around today, man. I came out of the store and I seen a lady with a hoe tattooed on her neck, HOE. Then later on, right, I see a nice little Tahoe, and I'm just looking at the back of it. I'm like, instead of it saying Tahoe, it is say hoe, HOE. He took the T and the A off. I'm like, oh, okay, like what's wrong with these hoes, man? I just like it was just a sign to me. It's like, dog, we got the podcast this afternoon. Like, man, what's wrong with these hoes might be a good topic. But so you telling me that these hoes are just going on dates just to get a free meal? So you tell me these hoes that talk about, oh, I need my nails and my toes done, but you can't even afford a $15 meal? Broke hoes. Like, come on, man. Y'all need to be working. I thought y'all wanted the same opportunities as us as men. Like, you need to either stay in your place or get something right. Because it ain't tight down there from what I heard. We're teasing. What's wrong with these hoes?
I wish we had videos so y'all could see my facial expressions doing the monologue that Rose just gave because he was speaking straight facts, straight truth. Man, these hoes fucked up. That's all. That's the truth, man. Like a lot of you hoes, the problem is y'all go to happy hour if y'all hungry, the Applebee's, Chili's happy hour. But y'all want a man to take you somewhere nice, and that same drink you had for $5, you want to get for $15 because it's not on your dime.
Mm-hmm.
When you go out to eat yourself, you go in the hood, use your EBT, no disrespect to EBT, to get some crab legs and shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
But then you want a man to take you to Juicy Crab, and you want to get not just the crab board, because you know Juice Man was talking about it last week. Not just the crab board, you want to add all these other stuff like lobster tail and crawfish, and you want to spend $70 just on your food.
Crazy.
When you don't do that for yourself. I'm not surprised by this percentage of 33 women. I actually think it's more.
And it's probably higher. It's probably higher.
Because it's a lot of you hoes out here that think to yourselves, man, I'm going to hit this dude up to just get a free meal. Hell, it's some of you hoes that y'all so trifling, y'all don't go on dates with dudes. I can't tell you how many times me or I've been talking to a partner and they'd have told me a hoe hit them up and asked could he drop off some food to them. What? So you're not even trying to kick it and chill. You're not even trying to go on a date. You just want me to go somewhere, pick some food up, and drop it off. Man, I can't tell you how many of these hoes would send a cash app request, Rose, asking for $10, $15, talking about they hungry.
Well, starve, ho.
Like, that's what's wrong with you hoes. And y'all hoes be wondering why niggas be using y'all the way they be using y'all. Because when you have that type of mentality, a nigga gonna be like, oh man, you ain't nothing, you just something for me to play with.
And
Like,
some of y'all dudes is hoes too for going along with it.
and that's the biggest thing I want to talk about too before we move on to the last topic of the evening. Man, you dudes got to stop going out bad, man. I mentioned it last week about y'all calling every woman beautiful. Y'all gotta stop begging these hoes to go on dates, knowing that they don't like you, and offering just to basically spend an ass of money to spend time with these women. Like, in the words, for those who ever seen the show Daredevil, the Kingpin said some of the realest shit I ever heard in my life. A woman that can be bought is not worth having. Because if you can buy her, dog, please understand, somebody can come with a bigger checkbook and take her from you.
And it's not, if she could be bought, that means he can buy, he can buy, he can buy. So within a week, she'd have been bought 4 times.
Exactly, man. So y'all need to stop telling these women, oh, I want to take you to Juicy Crab, or I want to take you to Outback, or I want to do this for you. I want to get your nails done, your hair done. Because these women hear that and they don't hear, oh, let me give this dude a chance. They hear, this dude is a lick.
Mm-hmm.
He a mark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna run up a check on this nigga. And guess what? The whole time, it's a nigga like me just hitting it for free.
Yeah, but the thing is, you might be hitting it for free, but she lay in here for that juicy crab too, though.
Hey man, I had a homeboy tell me, man, hoes is like the club. Some motherfuckers getting free, some motherfuckers have to pay VIP, and then one motherfucker goes in that motherfucker and shoot the bitch up.
Mess it up for everybody
and
else.
Mess it up for everyone else. So hey.
So basically what he's saying is everybody getting in.
Some people just gotta pay to get in, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, speaking of these hoes, I was on Facebook and Snapchat this week. And I saw these posts on all these women that are having baby showers, and they're having these elaborate baby showers, Rose. I'm talking about getting dressed up, wearing dresses, makeup, hair. You think they're going to prom or they're gonna get married. And they run out these nice buildings and stuff. And me and MGH be talking all the time. A lot of these hoes have chosen to be baby mamas over wives.
Why is that? I don't know, but it's kind of crazy because, like you said, I think it starts before that because right now it's prom season, and it's like so people see the prom season. I heard somebody bought their daughter won a $1,700 dress.
Yeah, that's absurd.
So instead of getting a $1,700 dress, they got a $900 dress. And the lady said, "Oh, I don't think it's that bad." Well, no, she said she didn't say she don't think it's that bad. She was like, "Well, her dad did pay half of it." I said, "That's still a lot of money for something." She said, "Well, her younger daughter's in the 9th grade." I said, "Well, she can wear that dress too." Well, younger daughter said, "I ain't wearing that dress. I ain't wearing that dress. We go to the same school. No, I ain't doing that." So basically, you spend $900 for 5 hours of a day just for some pictures. Like, how dumb is that? And that's how they do it with these baby showers. But now they got this new thing too. Not even the baby shower, they got their gender reveal too before the baby shower. So they got so they, I guess, because I didn't know this. Vertiza had a school me on this because he asked me why they do it. I said, I really don't know. I thought it was just a trend that they just do. But he said the reason why they do that is because they know they never gonna get married because they've been a hoe since they were 16. So that's why they have all these extravagant things and live through their kids and to try to have the wedding that they dreamed of when they was 12, 13, 14 years old. But instead of trying to be a wife, they want to be a hoe and end up being a baby mama hoe. Bertizzi, what you think about it? School these folks on it.
Man, let me tell you, I had a couple homegirls tell me personally the last 5 years when they was renting out these expensive places, doing all this stuff for baby shower, and asking me to help them out, and I just said straight up like, why you spend all this money on baby shower? Like it's just a baby shower. Oh, I'm gonna be real with you, Vertizi. I don't think I'm ever gonna get married, so this is my one shot. This is just a prime example of a wedding means more to women than they do to men. Like men just want that piece of paper and just want everything to be done. When it comes to these women, it's just sad because so many of them nowadays accept being baby mamas, are proud to be baby mamas, and that's the goal for them. Like we have a whole generation of women that don't want to be wives.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is not their goal. Like
That's some turkey basters.
Like when you watch a lot of these old movies and you talk to an older generation, there was a lot of women that just truly, when they was 28 years old, would get harassed by their families. Why you not married yet? Why you not married yet? And they felt bad because the goal was to get fucking married. That is not the goal no more, man. It's not the goal for these women to get married no more. Like,
what's the goal? To be on Instagram, popping bottles in the club, and in the club and buying a section. That's the goal.
The goal is for them to be quote unquote happy.
Oh,
that's the goal. And to them, that happiness is whatever they think it is in that moment. And that's the problem. That's how you end up with these women that's 42 years old, 38 years old, with 3 to 7 kids by 3 to 5 different men.
That's sad.
And they've never been married. Because they thought it was more important for them to be happy than to actually try to live life the right way.
Like, so how their kids grow up?
Oh, their kids end up, like, if they have daughters, their kids end up being hoes too. If they have sons, they have sons who end up not taking care of their responsibility. Like, we have too many statistics.
And what their mama say, I ain't raised my son to be that way.
You did when you chose not to have a man in his life. Like, these statistics show what happens when there's not a man, especially in the black community, in the household. And that's the problem is these women have chosen a group of men to make them baby mamas over a group of men that was willing to make them husbands.
Yes, man. You got a lot of low blows going there, but it's true. If it hurt, it might be true, but in the shoe fit, wear it, man. I know y'all hoes wearing size 8 with y'all big old feet. And that ain't size 8 in women, that's size 8 in men. Y'all hoes feet big. You need to stay in your place, man. Stop getting your toes done so much. You're stretching them, man. You're stretching them. You need to do what you're supposed to do. Clean your house. Work a job. Stay in your lane.
Cook.
Listen to a man. Cook. Clean. Do your job. But if you got a good man, he's going to take some of that responsibility off your plate. And there's a lot of good men that's out here that's willing to take responsibilities off your plate, but they're not going to take responsibilities off no whole plate.
And that's the sad part, Rose, because people are going to hear this, and then women are going to respond, well, there's no good men out here. No, the truth is, there's plenty of good men, especially in the black community. But you have and I hate to say this, there's a very small portion of men in the black community that are willing to marry a woman that already has a kid. And that's why me and MGH talk all the time. Like, that's why it's important for y'all at an early age to understand I can't just get pregnant by this dude down the street just because he's dicking me down right. Because in 5 years, a dude that is successful, he's not going to want to marry you because you have a kid. Now, don't get it twisted. There's a Russell Wilson that comes around every 10 years and he's willing to, do that or whatever. And I salute all the men that have raised kids or raising kids that are not theirs. But most men, especially in our community, they're not doing that.
They'll do it, but
if they are, they probably are bringing kids to the table themselves.
Yeah.
But a man that has no kids, a lot of them, and I've talked to them, I'm one of them myself.
But
I don't want to raise nobody else's kids.
But those are high level men. So there's men that aren't high level that are willing to do it, but women aren't willing to give a
I
man
agree with that too. They
the
don't want
chance to have their son or their daughter raised by a good person.
they
Just
don't want
because
to
they
lower
don't
their standards.
just because they don't look a certain way or they
Yeah.
don't make a certain amount of money.
Now, if you're willing to lower your standards, which your standards may be fucked up anyway, there are plenty of men that are probably willing to raise your kids plural if you have kids plural. But definitely, if you got high standards, man, those men that you have high standards for, they're not going to raise your kids most likely because they want to have their own kids. They don't want to have no one else's kids. So that's just something right there to keep in mind, ladies. You know, I personally, I'm saying this right here because what I want to see happen is I want us to go back to a time period where it meant something to be a wife. Like, I want black women to want to be wives again. I don't want black women to be like, oh, I want to live in New York and it's Sex in the City and I have a kid or two or whatever and it's cool. And one thing I want to top it off, because me and MJ always talk about it, a lot of this has to do with social media, Rose.
Yeah, it does.
When you have celebrities like Asuka, you have someone like Rihanna, someone like what's the girl from Aquila and the Bee? I forget her name in the moment.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but you have someone like her. You have these black women that are famous and in the spotlight, and they're having kids out of wedlock, but they're not married. And there's a big focus on them, and everybody's saying congratulations. And you look at the comments
Yeah, I
or
was
the
saying that
post.
earlier, like with LaMelo Ball, not LaMelo Ball, LeAngelo Ball.
Yeah,
Just got some Love and Hip Hop hoe pregnant.
but he's not married to her. But everybody's saying congratulations instead of back in the day where people would have been like, "Well, when y'all gonna get married?" Well, you know you're gonna get married now, right? Like, people are glorifying that over someone like, I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan, but she did get married to Jay-Z before she just started popping babies out.
Yeah, she did.
You know, like, that needs to be, like, we don't see a lot of famous black celebrities out here posting that I'm married. Like, posting, oh, we finna get married, we finna have a wedding. Like, there is a traditional process to this. It's, you meet someone, you quote unquote fall in love, whatever that means for you. You get married, and then you have the kids. A lot of these black celebrities are posting, "Oh, I just got kids now."
Yeah.
And now that I got kids or whatever, it's whatever. It's more black women, and I hate to say this, that shared more posts when Cardi B had her baby than when she made Offset.
Yeah, they probably did.
And that's crazy to me. Y'all celebrated this woman having a kid more than y'all did when she got married. With Nicki Minaj, it was the same way. I didn't even know Nicki Minaj was married.
Oh yes.
But guess what though? I knew when she had a motherfucking baby though.
Oh yeah.
Because it was all on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It was everywhere. And then when I looked it up, I was like, oh, she been married way before she had this baby.
Yeah, she been married
Damn,
for a while.
where was you black women at posting this right here? So it just goes back to y'all glorifying stuff that don't need to be glorified, in my opinion.
Yeah, they glorify stuff out of order because they out of order. That's what makes them hoes.
I hope everybody liked this episode. This was a smooth episode. We finna close it down. Get ready to watch this fight in a couple hours. So y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. And like I always say, man, the words of Eric B. and Rakim. Peace.
I'm back quiet.